risk management. I'm trying to teach you guys how to do risk management, okay? So it's gonna keep it very short and simple. Not gonna make it difficult. We got a starting balance of $100,000, a maximum risk amount. That's for investors. Investors risk about 1 to 3% per trade. If you go over that amount, it's a high probability. If you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna blow your account. Okay, keep it 100. But if you do know what you're doing, that's when people usually know their numbers and they go over 3%. But for most investors, 1 to 3% is very well. And if you're really trying to not blow an account, 0.25 and 0.50 of 1% is the way to go. And I'm gonna show you guys how to do that exactly on the calculator and right now. Okay, so let's get to it. So we got $100,000, right? We're gonna use this trade here. We got $100,000. We're gonna divide that. I mean, we're gonna times that by 0.1. That's 1%, right? Always got to put a zero in there. 0.01 is how you do that. Don't do 0.1 because then you're gonna do 10%, okay? And that's gonna be 10,000. 0.01, and you're gonna divide that by your stop loss. Where's your stop loss? 12 pips. Always remember, you divide whatever your 1% is divided by your stop loss. It's going to give you your lot size. So 1,000 divided by 12 gives me what? 83.3. Now it's not, I'm not using 8 standards. I move the decimal over twice. 1, 2. It gives me 0.83, meaning I'm risking $8 a pip, basically, right? So $8 a pip, $8 a pip, which is not bad, times 12, right? Gives you what? 96. You see that? Our number is 12 pips, but it's 0.83. So let's just keep it 183 times 12 gives you what? 996. Does that make sense? Remember, I moved the decimal over twice. 1, 2. So it's actually 0.83 times 12 will give you 996. That's how much. That's almost $1,000. That's the amount that you're risking per trade. And 9 times 5%, you make 5%. This trade went 5% here. You made what? $4,980. That's not bad, right? Let's do another one. I'm gonna do another one. I'm gonna do 2% now. 100,000 times 0.02. Remember, always put the zero, the decimal in there. I mean, the 0.02, not 0.2. That's 20%. You divide it by your stop loss. My stop loss was 12 pips. Remember, guys, 12 pips. That gives me 1.66. All you got to do to make this simpler is move it over decimal over twice, meaning you're risking one standard 1.67, right? That's like $16, $17 a pip, right? It's not bad. So do you understand where that's coming from? Hope you guys understand why I'm not trying to confuse you guys. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible so you understand why I am doing what I'm doing, right? 166 times 12 give us what? 1992. I usually round up, so it'll be 167 times 12, give me 204. So I will risk about 1% is be, I mean 2%, it would be 2004. It'd be about it's about the amount. See, it's about 2%. It's about a little bit off, but it's not that bad, right? $4 more is not bad. Then I made 5% on this trade times 5. That give me 10 grand. Okay, if it's not making sense, guys, watch it over. You'll start understanding what I'm saying. Let's do 3%. 100,000 times 0.03. This give me $3,000. I divided by my stop loss, which is 12 pips. Remember, 12 pips gives me 250. Right? 250 times 12, right? We're going to times by 12 again, which is 3,000. But let me talk about this 250 because you guys be like, okay, I got 250 out of this. Remember I told you move the decimal over twice? There's no decimal, but the decimal still starts here. 1, 2. That means you're risking 2.50. That's 2 standards and 50, 2.50. Y'all guys know that. So it equals 250. 250 times 12. That's the total amount that you're risking. 250 times 12 will give you what? $3,000. I hope this is making sense. I'm not trying to confuse you guys. So that's how I'm able to get these numbers here. And it's going to put that directly. You're going to see exactly what I'm doing. Okay. So 250 times 12 gives you 3,000. And you times that by 5. That's how much we went for, 5%. We made 15 grand. Okay. Now, let's get to these 0.025s and 0.50s. The reason why I say you should use these instead of these numbers is because you have you have bigger chances. So what I'm doing here is I'm risking 0.25 of 1% and 0.50 of 1%. Okay, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. So if I'm risking 1,000, I mean 100,000, right? Let's say we're risking 100,000, and so you got 0.01. You got $1,000, right? Now you want to risk less than that. You want to risk 0.25. All you got to do is 0.025 divided. Times 0.25. You're going to get 250. You see, you're risking 25% of $1,000. I hope that makes sense. So all I did was I risked 100,000 first. I did 0.01. I'm sorry. I put 100,000 in. I risk 1% of that. That's 1,000. I risk 25% up to 1,000. Now I have 4 chances to win a trade before I make 1%. I lose 1% of my account. That's very powerful, guys. So if you add that up, let's just say you got 10% that you want to lose. Say if you're using a funded account, you got 10% that you can lose, right? Or 8%. Let's just say you got 8%. You got 4 tries before you risk 1%, right? And to say you was risking 1% per trade, you got 8 chances before you blow your account. Whereas you're using 25% of 1%, you got 4 times 8. You got 32 chances, if I'm doing the math right. 32 chances before you blow your account. That's a significant change. Okay? And I don't think you'll blow your account. You'll lose 32 trades in a row if you follow in directions and know how to trade actually. Okay? So that's how you do that. Let's do 0.50. I'm gonna do you one more example, and then guys just risk and watch the video over and over, and then to give you an example, you know what I'm talking about. So the next thing is we do 100,000 again times 0.50. I'm sorry, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Hold on, 100,000 times 0.050, 0.5, right? No, I'm sorry, 0.50. To give you $50,000. That's the other way to do it. I didn't want to show you guys the way because this is more difficult, but let's do it this way. Let's do it the regular way. 100,000 times 0.01 gives you 1,000 times 0.50 gives you $500. So what I did was I was $100,000. I times it by 0.1 and give me my 1%. Then I wanted 50% of that, so I just did 0.50. And it gave me $500. So I'm risking $500 per trade. Remember, my stop loss is what? What is my stop loss? 12 pips. I divide that by 12. My lot size is now what? Move the decimal over twice. 0.41, meaning I'm risking $4 a pip. And if I move it up, it could be 0.42. So you can risk about 0.42. It doesn't even matter. It's the same thing. Then all I do is 0.42. I'll give you that same number. 42 times 12 pips gives you about $500. It's the same amount, right? Around the same amount. And say I got 5% on that trade. I made $2,500. But guys, I had 2 chances before I reached my max limit of 1% for the day, and I was done. So that means I had 2 chances if I wanted to risk 0.50 of 1% before I reached 1%, but I was able to pull in 2% on 0.50 still. Okay, guys, this is very powerful. If you understand what I'm showing you right here, guys, it's going to make it a lot easier. Once again, I'm gonna go over one more time, and then guys, just watch the video over if you have any mistakes on what's going on in the market. We're gonna start with 100,000 times 0.01. It gives me $1,000. Then I times that by 0.50, gives me $500. Okay. All I did was I risked 100,000. I had 100,000. I times it by 0.01, it gave me 1,000. And I did 0.50, give me 500. Right. Then I divide that by my stop loss. That give me my lot size. I move the decimal over twice. It's 0.42. Okay. 0.42 meaning $42 times 12. if you're confused, all you got to do is times it, and it'll tell you. If you don't get the right number, then you know you did it wrong. Okay, 42 times 12. You should be getting around $500 because that's what you're risking. That's what your amount of risk is you're going to risk anyway. So you should be getting that number regardless. So $500, and then I times that by the amount that I made, which is 5%, right? 5% gave me $2,520. Okay, guys. I hope that you guys got this. Like I said, I'm gonna put this video up. You guys can watch it over and over and over, and yeah, it's just start making sense to you. Okay. Thank you, and you guys have a nice day.